You're welcome to another insightful and informative episode of AAU Talks. I am Ajiman Ochudako, and there's this very, very wonderful saying I always talk about when it comes to leadership, that leadership is never complete or is incomplete if there's no room for mentorship. So if you're a leader and you're not mentoring anyone to be like you or to be better than you, then perhaps if you have rated yourself 100, I said you do 50, because 50 is all about mentorship. And today I have with me a very special guest in the studio with me to discuss the second edition of the Accra University mentorship program. This program is in the second edition, so the first one happened last year, and the purpose, the reason, the insight behind the program is amazing. I don't need to hear it alone. You also have to just hear it also and be inspired that mentorship plays a very key role in building a resilient university. So just stay with me, don't go anywhere. We'll go for a short break. We'll come back. We'll just start the discussion as usual and then introduce to you who our guest is. Stay with us. So you're welcome back to AAU Talks. I am Ajiman Ochudako, and it's all about the Accra University Leadership Mentorship Program, a second edition of it. And the theme for this year's mentorship program is the glamour and the heat involved in being a university registrar. And I have with me the wonderful brain behind this program, and the story is just insightful. She's the person of Dr. Florence Plocky, and she is the University Librarian at ATU. Doc, you're welcome to AAU Talks.
Thank you, Mr. Jaman.
Great. It's wonderful, how ATU stays consistent with regular leadership programs that provides education and awareness creation for everyone which to be part. I've been a part of it somewhere last year, and I'm glad to see the second edition of this program as well. But let's just start with the brain behind this program. Whose idea was it in the first place for us to have a mentorship program by ATU in the first place?
Okay, thank you very much. Well, it didn't start that we want to have a mentorship program. The idea during last year, Father's Day, the idea was to honor and recognize our former university librarians, those who have mentored us, the young librarians in the profession. In Ghana, we have only one school of librarianship, that is University of Ghana. Okay. So it's just a small faculty where we know almost each other. And so these lecturers and the university librarians in other universities have mentored a lot of us. So it was just a platform to recognize them and also hear from them how they were able to go through the glamour and the heat as university librarian. So, but the feedback we got from the mentorship Father's Day program, so led to this. Yes,
so it was a tribute to the hard work and then the inspiration that they had on you.
Yes, please.
Just through the Father's Day program, and then that's led to this
please.
One. So I'm curious to ask, from your point of view, even though the program didn't really start as how it was meant to be, like it wasn't like you studied the environment, you said, okay, let me create a mentorship program, but it was a program you created to honor retired librarians that actually led to a periodic series of leadership mentorship programs.
Sure.
What is from your point of view right now? So now it become like it's cemented now. It's now going to work through various directorates. But the question is, what is your own experience of university leadership today? The state of university leadership today.
Okay, so university leadership, because of the tenure system today, unlike first, when you are, for example, a VC or a university librarian, a registrar, you'll be there till you retire. Yes. Okay. So if you are 40, you'll be there till your retirement age. But for now, it is on contract basis. 4 years first term, then second term, which is also 4 years, 8 years, then you are done. That is, if you are lucky, you go to the second year. And so most of them are young, and we don't have that enough experience. Yes, but we have other experienced staff who are there, who we can still tap, leverage on their knowledge. Yes, so that is the state now. Yes.
That cascades down to the need for a mentorship program.
Yes.
So what change, what difference is a mentorship program going to make with your observation in this case?
Of course, a mentorship program is to tap into the existing knowledge of a mentor. And a mentor is an experienced person who have that kind of knowledge, who will be able to guide you through your process, how they have been there and they've seen it all. So sharing their problem will take a lot from me. They'll guide us, lead us to build our confidence, and also lead us to other resources that may be available that we, the younger ones, may not be aware of. Yes, please. And also motivate us. It's also about motivation. And also exploring new things. We see them, but we don't know the nitty-gritties of the whole thing. Yes, so sharing their story. We also having the chance to ask them. They will clarify things for us to learn from. It's going to be, and in such an informal way, it's going to be tremendous.
Amazing. You know, one of the bottlenecks in growing in university settings is about some people find it difficult being creative because the system is so bureaucratic that your ideas are set upon. But you created a program and it's doing wonderful. I'm inspired by the creation. How did it start? How did the institution take the program in the first place? How were they welcoming? Did they encourage you to just keep doing it? How has it been so far charting the course for a mentorship program in your university?
Okay, let me say, it started as I joined the ATU just about a year and a half ago. And so when I joined, I was just looking at what can I do to make a difference as a university, young university. And also coming from the public university, I know what goes on with other universities, but what can we do to make that difference? So, and we're also on the COVID era. You know, COVID, everybody is indoors, people are afraid to come out. So what can we do to engage our patrons? And so the idea was to engage our patrons through the webinar series. So we started, and the management was so receptive to it. Thanks to our VC and the Pro VC.
VC, I must say, it's very, very spontaneous, very innovative. I can see it in him.
Yes, please. And also another collaborator, Abed from AAU, a colleague. The second series, I invited him to be the panelist. And then that started our collaboration. And then so many ideas coming from also him inputting in the ideas. And here we are today. Yes.
That's splendid. That's splendid.
Please.
So I would say congrats to you for charting this course. Your dream and your burning sensation to create a change in ATU, I mean, it's unsurmountable. Nobody can take that from you, and that is a plus to your achievements right from
Thank you
UDS
if you say that.
ATU. Yeah, I can see that in you know. And I know that the collaborators, I mean, AAU plays a role in this, UDS also on the flyer, on the banner. What were they playing to support this program?
You agree with me that it's good to collaborate, to get a wider platform, to share ideas, to work in partnership with each other. And so AAU, let me say, has been very supportive from day one. From our second series to now, we are about to have our 8th series, and then the second mentorship series as well. AAU has been very supportive in even always hosting us and then contributing in whatever we do. Also with UDS, you know, as you said, I'm from UDS. I started my career from UDS. And let me say, I still have the link with them. I've not cut my link entirely, so I still have the link. And so I feel this is a wonderful idea. And also, if you realize, one of the speakers or facilitators is from UDS.
UDS, sure.
Yes, please. I remember when I went to UDS, he was a registrar then, and he was the first person I went to when I was even about to get my interview. I didn't know anybody from Accra to the north. The first office was his office. Yeah, so I felt like, oh, why not collaborate? And also the registrar was very excited. Yes, and I even got to know that the second facilitator, that is the second UMAT registrar, Mr. Bwedi, has also been working with UDS.
Great.
Yes,
Great.
so
Great. Let's talk more about the second edition of the ATU mentorship program after this short break. Stay with us. Welcome back to the studios of the AAU TV. It's AAU Talks. I am Ajima Otrodako, and I have with me Dr. Florence Plockey. She's a university librarian at the Accra University, and we're talking about the second edition of the ATU mentorship program. I'm excited, because mentorship means a lot to me. I'm a beneficiary of mentorship, and I believe that everybody deserves a bit of mentorship. So now we're looking at the key players in this second edition. But before that, let's talk about the first edition, because there's a precedence. How did it go with the first edition? You said that the speakers, the librarians who had passed out and were in retirement were so excited to be back. But let's start with how you conveyed that one and some of their comments and the insights, and as well as the participants. Were they excited about the program, and were they willing for a next one? How did it go with that one?
Yeah, it was very, very successful. Very, very successful. We had about 130 participants, not only from ATU, from all over, not only from Ghana, people from outside, Nigeria, Canada, and other places. And they were so excited. It's like people were really hungry to hear from their mentors. And so the comments was very great. Comment and the feedback was very great. So if that is the case, why don't we then institute it as a program, mentorship series to cut across all the sectors of the university?
Great.
And that is why we are today. So that's led to the second series.
Great. We could have had anybody on the flyer, but we have on late Dr. Julian Owusu-Ansah, we have Dr. Paulifa, and also Mr. Emmanuel Kebwedi. What's so amazing about their profile that makes them very, very deserving to be the very mentors for this program as registrars? Tell us something about them.
Okay, so let me start with Dr. Paulifa. My VC recommended Dr. Paulifa, but he didn't know I even also know him.
Okay.
Yes, so as I said, Dr. Paulifa was a foundation registrar from UDS, and I think he left for some time, and he joined the NAPTEX?
Yeah, he was with it right here on GTech. Now GTech, yeah.
Now GTech, okay. And so he has a lot of experience, and I think he even started from KNUST before he came to UDS, and then GTech, now GTech. Yeah. And also he has been in on a lot of committees and board, even AAU. I know he does a lot of things with you, and that's a lot of people know. Immediately you mention his name, is
Sure.
And so my VC wanted somebody with that qualification, recommended, and when I spoke with him, through my former boss, Alaji Enchu, was a university librarian at UDS. He just accepted it.
He's indeed a pillar.
Yes, the pillar.
I admit to that. How about Dr. Julian Owusu-Ansah?
And so Dr. Julian Owusu-Ansah, actually we were looking for a lady. And so somebody also recommended her. She was at Ghana Telecom University, and then now at African Communication University as a registrar. And she too has been on a number of boards, committees, and also was among those who edited the GTech program, reviewed the GTech policy or program. So it was just right to and when we contacted him, he's also just readily accepted to come on board.
Great. And Mr. Emmanuel Kebwedi?
Emmanuel Kebwedi was recommended to us by one Mrs. Kashisam, who was also a former registrar at KNUST. Okay. And so we wanted Mrs. Kashisam to be on board, but she said one or two reasons she can't join. And so if we really need an experienced person and then a very top-notch registrar, that's Mr. Bwedi. And so we also contacted her, and then he also readily, and looking at his profile, it says it all.
Yeah. Another interesting part of this discussion is about the theme. It's all about the glamour and the heat associated with being a university registrar. And, from my experience, I used to see my university registrar at UPSA.
Yeah.
He was always working very briskly, and he was sometimes very busy. You can't even have him for a minute. He's rushing here and there, and I also know he also rides a very wonderful car, very posh car. I knew that this job it's very interesting. It comes with the glamour. But for the heat, I'm not so used to the heat. So share with us some of about the glamour and then the heat that you have to go through to be a registrar in a university.
Before I come straight to that, let me just say something. Everybody wants to be president, right?
Yes, yes.
The glamour of it.
Yes, the top man.
The top man.
Yes.
But you don't know what he goes through every day. The insult and all that.
Yes.
Yes. So just like that. So we all see the topmost person like, oh, the person is fine, a very good car, maybe living in a good house, maybe you see her, but the kind of heat that the person go through, we don't know. Until you go near to them, until they share their problems, you will never know. For example, I don't know who you are until I come to you, until you reveal to me your problems. Yeah. You will never know. So there's a lot of heat. As a administrator of the whole university, from students, from lecturers, serving as a secretary to the statutory committees of the council, is a lot. And having other departments and units under her, she supervises all, the record keeper of the university, and making sure that everything is on point. It's a lot.
So I want to say, Alhaji Mustafa, you said very well during my time in UPSA, and I must say kudos to you, and also every registrar who's doing their job. This mentorship program is for you. I must say kudos to you all. I mean, now we're looking at expectations. People will want to join this program because I will be part, because I want to really feel the job description and the expectations of a registrar for a university that's even as huge as what it may be, University of Ghana or universities in Ghana or in Africa. Academics, non-academics, the general public, what is it in for everybody in this program?
So just using this your platform to call on all those to join, to listen to the story of these experienced people, those who have seen it all in the academia as a chief officer in the various public university, being at KNUST, UMA. In fact, those days UDS was just starting. You know, UDS was started by, instituted by Rollins. Yeah. And so as a foundation registrar, starting from the scratch to what it is today, you can imagine. You know, when you are starting something, it's not easy. It's not like people have already laid a foundation and you are just coming into cruise. You are starting, putting down the foundation. Yeah. And same as Mr. Buedi. And so we will have a lot to learn from them, how to keep record, how they all started. I mean, they'll give us guidance, the processes, and maybe probably lead us to many other resources that we may not even be aware. Learn from them. I believe all of us one day would want to be at the top. I mean, starting when I was a child, my aim was wherever, irrespective of the profession I found myself, I'll one day be at the top.
Sure.
And so I was very lucky to have a mentor. And thanks to Alhaji Ike, former university librarian of UDS. And so I believe we all need mentors. Yeah. We need somebody as a role model to guide us. Yeah. So this platform serves as an opportunity to listen to them, to ask also questions, to bring these people together. Some of us, we would want to even ask them questions. We don't have that opportunity. Yeah. Tuesday, we get the opportunity to ask the questions, like he said, find out how they went about their progress. And even after retirement, how they are fair. You know, retirement is also another ball game altogether. Exactly. How to even prepare for retirement, how they did it, and how they are able to live a successful life. So it's in for not only for administrators, for academics, for those who are not in academia. We all have something to learn from it. So I'll just urge all of us to hook on. It's 10 a.m. Tuesday morning.
Tuesday, which is 23rd.
23rd, that's Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
Wednesday morning.
23rd February, Wednesday morning, 10 a.m.
10 a.m.
It's a Zoom, right? So
yeah, it's
the Zoom details will be at the description of the YouTube video. So just go to the YouTube video description and find the Zoom meeting link and also the passcodes. And then 10 a.m. join us on the second edition of the ATU mentorship program to find the big names in the foundation registrar for UDSA, Dr. Paul Ifa, Mr. Emmanuel Kebuedi, representing UMAT, and also Dr. Juliana Owusu Ansa with the African University College of Communication also over there as well. So you can appreciate that it will be a moment where insight will be the galore, and also all the questions you want to ask your registrar, I think will be the right platform to just ask. Do you have any final remarks for young people and who really want to learn by having got mentors? Any words to inspire them?
Yes, so we all need mentors. So whenever there is a program like this, we shouldn't be lukewarm. We should just take all the opportunities to hook on and listen, take advantage of that. Maybe we don't have that opportunity, but learning from some of this platform that is given, we would become a great person as we want to become as well, and also we'll be able to mentor others as well. Because the first one, a lot of people were so excited, they've learned so much. And so let's take that. But this one will be more exciting, I bet you.
Great. So with such an opportunity and you preparing to be at the top, I think it makes it very, very well so you can succeed. Thank you very much, Florence Plocky, for your time on our show this morning to discuss the program about mentorship and the need for us to really enhance it and expand it. I'm also glad you had time to join us, and just keep up with us on AAU Talks. We bring you more topical issues and policies affecting higher education in Africa. We look forward to change the continent with our transformative content. Have a nice day. I'm Ajimot Ochudako, and take care. See you next time. Bye.